Good afternoon. Welcome to Soccer90 right here on KBN TV, the finest television. My name is Enoch Puri. We are going to be together from now until to the hour of 15 hours this afternoon, talking about nothing but very best of international football right here. And we are going to be looking at the games that are going to be taking place, particularly this week. And our major concentration this particular afternoon is the AFCON qualifiers, which kick off in the round 3. Most of the African nations are taking on to the field of play, and as you may be aware, in case you are not a football follower, this particular week marks the international break where most of the teams allow their players to feature for their various nations to ensure that they participate or qualify for various tournaments which are going to be held later on. And one of the tournaments which is going to be taking place also hand in hand with the AFCON qualifiers is the Euro qualifier. So we are going to be looking at some of those things on this particular show. But today our concentration is on the big ones, which is happening tonight and tomorrow at 18 hours. Zambia under 23 takes on Egypt, and we are away right about now as we speak, and we are going to build up to that particular game also, and also we concentrate on tomorrow's game, which is the senior national team who are camped in the Copper Belt province of Zambia, and they are waiting the visit of Lesotho, which is a do or die encounter in that matter. So therefore, you are encouraged to be part and parcel of this particular show by sending your contributions or questions to the panelists that I'm going to be introducing later on as the show progresses. So you can send those contributions to the number which is showing on your screen, 0974 47 09 25. Text messages only. I've again said it because we are not going to be picking live calls this afternoon. All right, and not forgetting, we are streaming live on our Facebook platform. Make sure you go there and also utilize the comment section so that we can get to hear from you where you are catching us from this afternoon. Not forgetting our viewers on Topstar channel 102, DSTV channel 279, GoTV channel number 97. Of course, yes, I've got the usual gentleman that normally joins me on a beautiful Wednesday, beautiful afternoon like this one. Good afternoon, Mr. Barry.
Good afternoon, Enoch. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How was the weekend?
The weekend was just okay.
Okay. Which games did you see?
Basically, I was watching from the TV because I had some engagement, so I didn't go physically this time, unfortunately, to watch.
All right. Mr. Lung, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Enoch. Good afternoon to Mr. Barry Mutapa here and our viewers out there.
All right. I wish you a quick recovery from that.
Yeah, we are under the weather. You know, when the we are transitioning from one season to the other. A lot of us, do go through, this problem. So we go through under the weather, but very soon, obviously, as we bounce back on Monday, I'll be okay.
All right. Mr. Barry, first and foremost, our under-23 boys are away in Egypt, and this is a crucial encounter. Also, should we lose tonight, as we are taking on the young pharaohs, so to say, it's going to put us in a very complicated situation. What could be the best way of playing away?
Yeah, the best way, I think, is to attack. Why did I say attack? Arab nations, the way they play patience football. They'll wait for you, they'll do the basics, pass around the ball, but you find that they'll wait for that mistake that you make, and then they will capitalize on it. And they are good in defense. So the best way is to attack, then to defend as a team. So defense must begin from the strikers, and then the midfielders, and then the defenders. Yeah. Then we'll be able to. And the unfortunate part is that Miguel Chaiwa and the other player from Italy, they arrived yesterday evening. So which they don't have enough time to gel with the other players. So I don't know how Coach Oswald Mutapa will either you first of all to put them in the first lineup, or you start them on the bench so that they come in the second half. So that's a question that we need to look at because of coordination and the teamwork. If you look at the rest of the players, they have been playing together for these past 2 matches that they have played. I think they played together also for the one they won before we went to Egypt. That 30 June stadium, it's the home team for Pyramid. That's the team that uses that stadium. So more of the fans will be there. It's you know, Egyptians, they come in numbers, and they usually like those razors and the smoke, so that they intimidate the team that they are playing against. So for them, I watched the under 20 for the under 20. I think they will pick some players from the under 20. They were not convincing, even though they were the host for the under 20, the Egyptians, but they didn't convince a lot. They didn't progress to the semi-finals. So you can see that even individually they are good. They are a good side if they were able to pick some few players from the under 20.
All right. Mr. Dungu, do you think the technical bench that we have currently at the moment, not to take away anything from Coach Oswald Mutapa, but if you look at where we are coming from, it was almost, someone would say it was by chance that we made it. We watched the game we played at Heroes Stadium, which was a match decider to ensure that we book this particular date that we are having tonight. So do you see any progress, or probably it's going to be the same kind of play?
Wow, thank you very much, and Enoch. I think it's also important to understand that it's not by mistake that we are here, and it's not by mistake that Egypt is here. Remember that we have only talked about the second round, where we met Sierra Leone, and Egypt in their second round met Eswatini. And if you look at Egypt, they may have, you know, an advantage over us, because in the second round of the qualifiers we met a West African team, while in their second round of the qualifiers they met a Southern African team. So at least they have an idea on how Southern Africa plays, and they managed to defeat Eswatini. Remember that we both joined in the second round, because we are exempted in the first round due to you know, to the rankings. So both Zambia and Egypt are better when it comes to the CAF rankings, and that's the reason why we joined in the second round. Now, if you look at the Egyptian lineup, a number of players, obviously, are coming from the under 20. Those under 23s that played in the other game, most of them are no longer 23. Just like Zambia, those that played against Sierra Leone, they are no longer under 23. They have gone to 24. So we have graduated some players from the under 20 to come and help us in the under 23, of which, in my opinion, our team looks more stable than, you know, that of Egypt. Why do I say so? I was checking on the lineups, the two lineups. When we played Sierra Leone, we had Jeban Tembo in goal, and tonight we are likely to have Jeban Tembo in goal. So it's the same, you know, the same keeper. Okay. Then the back four, we had Brian Musema, John Chishimba, Matthews Chavala, and Shapinjovu. Okay? When we played Niger, in the line of defense, we had Happy Siku, the same guy from the under 20. Then we had Emmanuel Chembe. Now, talking about Emmanuel Chembe, when we played Sierra Leone, he started from the bench. Okay? He was part of the team, but except that he was on the bench. Then we had Gift Mpande, who was not there during that team which that played Sierra Leone. But this is the guy, you know, that was called for the senior national team provisional squad and has played well at the under-20 AFCON, despite us being booted out in the first round. Then we have Matthews Chavala, okay, and Martin Zulu. If you look at this defense which played in Niger, if we are to start it, of course, when you start moving from the goalkeeper to the and after the first 4, you get to the holding midfield, you discover that mostly are the same players that played against Sierra Leone. They understand each other very well. So when we are talking about the change, the only change we are likely to see, it is in the line of defense, but we are likely to see the same midfielders and the same strikers. He has mentioned of Miguel Chaiwa. We all know that Miguel Chaiwa is a number 6. Maybe he can start as a central defender, if at all he was to start, because we cannot risk, you know, having Wilson Chisala on the bench.
Do you agree with what Barry has said here? We go all attack. Remember, we are playing away.
When I look at the midfielders that we have and the strikers that we have, they are all attacking. And we have a very good, you know, holding midfield in the name of Chisala. So if I look at the squad, it's already all attacking, okay, except that we are going to have that change. You watched the game we played against Sierra Leone at National Heroes Stadium. It was attack after attack.
But we are playing away.
Yes, we are playing away. And this away game, it's very important. Just as I said when we played Sierra Leone away, remember that we started away. And I said, if at all Zambia is to progress into the third and final round, where we are, we need to go and force, you know, a 1-1 draw or possibly a victory. Okay, and I knew that playing here at home, it will be very difficult. And I'll go with the same theory. If we are to eliminate Egypt, we have to force for a goalless, rather for a scoreline draw. Because here, it will be tricky, okay? So when it is tricky, and because of the pressure that the players normally have due to the home fans, you find that we fail to score. So the best we can do when we are playing at home is to deny the opponents from scoring us. So if we can end 1-1 there, then we come here and it ends 0-0. That will be it. Zambia will be through. So for me, we should not go with the defending mentality before we score. Of course, we need to be strategical in playing. We need to make sure that even as we attack, we are also conscious in the line of defense. We should not concede. And we should not allow, you know, Egypt to be the first ones to score. Because once they score, they'll start playing the mind games and they'll frustrate our boys.
All right, and it has just started right here in the studios. You can be part and parcel of this afternoon's discussion. I've seen a couple of messages already you are sending. Let's quickly look at them so that as we progress, my panelists can react to some of these messages that you are sending forth. Good afternoon. Is the game Egypt versus Zambia going to be live? If which channel? All right, on that one, we are yet to receive an official communication from FAS. If at all, maybe they have communicated, we shall be able to advise accordingly. Hi, presenters. The Zambia national soccer team, the team is going to win. The team is good. We are winning by 3 goals. Okay, go Zambia, go. And is Mavika coming? Solomon Piri from Wusakire, Kitwe. Take note of that particular question because you have to address it. Is this game going to be live? That is Creva within Lusaka. I'm sure Creva have clarified on this particular matter. Good afternoon. I'm Kelvin Kangowe from Itezitezi. My question is on senior team. Do we have the first 11 squad already for tomorrow's match? Gentlemen, you pick one question. Aime Mavika, who is going to address the Aime Mavika? Do you have the information?
Currently, the information is not there. And
the information is there, The information is that Mavika is not coming. Faz has already, confirmed about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I can say about the issue for him, I think it's we need to wait for the official communication. If we speculate and they begin to we'll give a false information, because the statements which have been made about the neutralization process has been to and from. Why do I say so? Previously, the Minister of Sports, he communicated that by Tuesday, when he was confirming on Sunday, by Tuesday the FAS can go to Ministry of Home Affairs and collect the passport. But that hasn't happened. And in anticipation, they had put him in the final provisional squad. So for me, I need to wait for the official communication, both from the government and also. But even if he was to come today, I don't think he will have time to gel with the philosophy of the coach, because today is the last day of training. If they will train tomorrow,
and they've already trained in the morning.
Yes, and they just did the one session. They are not doing the second. So if they will train tomorrow, maybe it's just paces and also to look at other statistics, and also maybe a video analysis where they prepare their mindset of the players. On the issue of
the first
11,
do we have
usually,
it already?
No. Usually they publish 2-3 hours before the match.
Okay.
So they will look at tomorrow how the players will wake up, if they will be in good fitness or they will be in health. So they will publish tomorrow before 2 hours or 3 hours before the match. But according to CAF, they need to send 4 hours before the match. Then they will be able to have an adjustment.
Just for the sake of our viewers out there, how is this passport issue working? Can't he use the American passport to come to Zambia?
No, it's not.
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Okay. I think I'll allow my colleague to come in.
He can use the American passport, but he cannot play for Zambia using that passport, because he has chosen to play for Zambia and he needs a Zambian passport for him to feature. Why I'm not understanding is what is so difficult with the Minister of Home Affairs, the Minister of Youth and Sports, and the Kamanga administration to come together and issue that passport. That's where I don't understand, because the information I have, when the sports minister communicated, he said that they were waiting for FAS to go to the Ministry of Home Affairs and get a passport, because the passport is already prepared. So it's just a matter of going there and say, okay, I've come for the passport of Marika. Then you are given. Then
where do you take it from there?
You take it to the owner. Obviously, there are procedures to follow. Okay. Now, the minister gave us that statement. Okay. Then the first administration were quiet about it, only to be told that Mavika's participation in these back-to-back matches that we have is uncertain by the same FAS. Then with me, I wouldn't want to blame the government. I'll blame the Football Association of Zambia. Last week I said it could be that they have pushed in a player, and the fear is that if Mavika comes, then that player will not play. So it's just better that he doesn't come, so that the player they have in mind can play, so that they market him. That's the problem of having agents at at football house. I know my colleague is an agent, but these are the people that are supposed to be giving us correct answers, like what really happens there.
All right. You want to come in and defend yourself? He has attacked you.
No. I'm not answering in line with agents. The issue with Mabika, the information which I have is that Mabika's issue is a complicated one. It requires the consent of the president. Okay. Because he was born not in Zambia. For Frankie Msonda, it's straightforward, because both parents were born in Zambia, and the naturalization process is easy. But for him, it requires the consent and the authorization of the president.
Which president?
HH.
So are you telling me that HH,
Allow
who
him-
chairs,
let him-
who
let-
chairs
let me-
the cabinet,
Allow him
which
to finish.
which is attended by the sports minister, hasn't given that consent.
Yeah, so according to what the information was availed, was that he's supposed to have the consent for the president. So they are seeking to, you know, there are issues for you to
reach
reach the president and also to get the
Procedures.
authorization. There are these procedures which FAS on their part is just to push for the name for the player to the Minister of Sports.
So-
Minister of Sport has to take over that process in liaison with the Minister of Home Affairs. Then they seek the authority for the authorization from the president. So there are two and here from. I don't know where the process is limited, but FAS just submits a name.
Okay. So in this case, there's nothing to blame FAS for.
At this stage, there's nothing to blame FAS. It's between now Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry. It's a government issue now.
So are we saying that Honorable Office in Kandu has not been telling us the truth?
Yes.
Because the Minister of Sports is the one that has been issuing those statements.
Yes.
So if there is that procedure, it means he has been lying. Then why should we have a cabinet minister who is a liar?
That is for another date, but for,
Yes.
for the purposes of this game, Mavika will not be available because the time frame for him to arrive is elapsed.
Oh, yes.
Or even if he was to arrive, I don't think he can go into the stress.
You can
11.
only enjoy watching at the stadium. Anyway, all right, a couple of messages, gentlemen, before we move on to the other issue. Hi, this is Charles from 22 Miles. I'm enjoying the show. Zambia is going to win the game tomorrow by 3-1. Tell me the first 11. Can't wait to see Dhaka. A lot of people want to know the first 11. Hi, this is, okay, I can't wait to see Dhaka. And they said, good afternoon, KBN TV. Islamic Banda there. Okay. I guess these are the questions that you people have to address. Someone just writes a message, go Zambia, go. I guess the Chimwera is already in the air even before, a few hours before the kickoff. And it's good that we are having, tonight, 18 hours this evening, so to say, we are going to have our young boys take on Egypt, and they also need our maximum support. All right, on that note, I will allow you to respond, then we progress to look at the national team, how they are preparing, and before they
for
take on.
all the players which were summoned for the national team, only Mabika hasn't come.
Okay.
The rest 26 players that are in the
That
camp.
includes Lamek Banda.
Lamek
Because
Banda.
someone is serious, they want to know about Lamek Banda. Is he there?
Lamek Banda is there, and there's a possibility he'll be in the first 11.
Okay.
And that's what I want.
Yalashupa timu kupanga kama coaches wafulisha.
No, we already know the players that can start in the first 11. So if we see a different
Maybe
first 11,
maybe you have your own. Give us. Take this opportunity so that we listen to from Coach Lungu. Give us.
Don't take any advice, Alungu.
yeah, of course, with me, I would rather I see Lamek Banda and, of course, Patson Daka, of course, starting. I think that would be better for me. If I can have those two, maybe my thinking, I'm just thinking now, if we can have Fashion Sakala and we have Lamek Banda, those two, in the flanks, then we have Kenneth Msonda.
Under which formation?
I'm giving you 4-4-2.
4-4-2 formation.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm giving you 4-4-2. So up front there, if not the 9-10 which make the players stand like this, but I want, where they stand like this.
Okay.
Okay. In the straight line.
4-4-2 flat.
4-4-2 flat. Okay.
So
then,
which will be in front as number 2s? The ones that will be on
Number
top.
9 and 10.
9 and 10, those two, they have to play like this.
Which
Okay.
one are you anticipating that they be in the first 11?
In the first 11,
Yeah.
I need Kenneth Msonda and Patson Daka to start.
Okay.
Okay.
That first two. Then we can have, of course, we can have Lamek Banda and, of course, Fashion
Sakala on the
Sakala
other side.
on the other side. Then we can have, Emmanuel Banda as well. Then possibly pair him with Cleotas Chotachama. Though I'm debating on the two, because I think Kings Kangwa is good when it comes to the set pieces as well. But Cletus Chotachama, because of his pace and because of his form, I think I would rather he start. Then we have a problem backwards, but for this time, I will go with the unusual. The left flank, of course, I would rather maybe, instead of starting Rodrikawe can come in the middle later on. I would do a gamble and risk, bring in Patson Kantawine, then let Benedict Chepesha and not Lumambo take up position number 2. Then Frank Msonda and Tandimwape can play 4-5.
For me, I
Patson
will
Kantawine,
have a different, I think, aspect.
He's a number 3 and a midfielder, so he plays 2 numbers. Unless if you've not been watching my team of Mufulira Wanderers.
Okay, I see.
I think for me, I have a different approach. Because if you look at Patson Daka, Fashion Sakala, Cletus Chama, these players, when we lose the ball, they don't harass. In terms of pressing, we need high pressing. Because modern football, you need to press from forward, and then midfielders, and then the defense. So if we lose the ball, there's a possibility that we cannot recover the ball quickly. So I would prefer for Lamek Banda, yes, he has got pace, he can come as number 2 and assist there. Fashion, he doesn't show it, both for the national team and for the club. So I would prefer we have Kingsley Kangwa in the midfield, Emmanuel Banda, and at the same we also have maybe Lubambo Msonda.
Under which formation? So that
4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Yes,
okay.
A diamond. For Zambian football, we are used to 4-3-3. That has been our traditional type of tactics. So whoever coach may come, maybe might do 1 or 2 things, but at the end of the game, we'll come back to 4-3-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting hearing you, Gambo, especially with the players. Anyway, I won't share mine. Mine you see it tomorrow, 3 hours to 2 hours before the game.
It means you'll be waiting for the coach to give you the lineup.
That's when I'll share mine.
So we have, we have a lot of attacking midfielders in our team, and I think that is an advantage because we've got Kelvin Kapumbu, who is a natural number 6. We've got. But for this game, I would want to start him. For this game, I would want to start him.
It depends what you want to achieve at the end of the day, because the players are according to the coach's philosophy and the system. That's what I know.
The reason why it is a little bit tricky for us to fuse in these local players, it's because sometimes, pace differs. The training conditions, maybe if I use that term, people can easily understand. The training conditions do differ. When you come to Africa, you find that, we are a player who play from Kampala ground, then plays in the lower division 3 games, is taken to the Premier League. So you find that normally when those guys who are playing in Europe come, they get tired so early because the players that they have been partnered with are not doing the right thing. Okay. In short, you expect them to make a very good pass. You find that after wind up goal, that's when is giving you a pass. So there is a little bit of poor judgment. But if we have, for example, we have the likes of Edward Chirufia, Fashion Sakala, Lamek Banda, those are they know how to understand each other. They know how to pass the ball. I think the example is there. When we played Israel, did you see the kind of football that Zambia played? But again, we had a problem when it came backwards. Look at even the goal that we conceded against Comoros. It was because of Tandy Mwape's misjudgment. At last, he wanted to get the ball.
Local player? Is he a local player, Tandy Mwape?
No, I'm talking about African football. Okay. African football powered with the local players.
Local in terms of they play in Africa.
In Africa or local league? Yes, locally. Make us understand. What is your statement there?
I'm talking about local league. At the same time, I'm looking at, these players that play in Africa, especially South Africa and Congo. We have almost the similar challenges. Because if you go to South Africa, you find that it's not different from the Zambian league. Yes, they may have the facilities, but again, the conditions at which our players are treated, it's as good as them playing in the local league.
But do you agree that Cletus Chotachama is our current best player at the moment?
That's the reason why I said
90 minutes.
I
And
would
he plays
rather
in
start
Africa.
with him going by his current form.
But at the same time, I would disagree. Because Cletus, from the time they have been calling for the senior team, he hasn't performed.
Okay.
But he will perform this time.
This is a different. Didn't you done?
We need to, you know, football, history teaches us a lot of things. We need to see, for me, the players that show for the senior team is Kinzi Kango. Is the player that has been scoring for us the past games.
Just one game. Just one game.
He scored for us for Comoros. He also scored against Ivory Coast. So you can tell that this player is the one that has been giving us that magic.
Okay.
Yeah, and in terms of exposure and the brilliance, you know that he can give a killer pass to Patson since Mwepu is not there. I think for him we can fill that void that has been left by Mwepu. Okay. So I can bank on the Kings Mwakangwa to play as a free low, and then you bring in Cletus Chama in the second half, and also bring in Kapumbu to come and more like with offer. No. He has now massive experience. I think he's improved a lot from last season.
All right, gentlemen, we have to wind up on this particular matter and leave everything to the coaches. But I'll ask you a very tricky one, and I want your honest opinion. No explanation. The captain of the day, who do you think the coach is going to pick?
I'll go for Frank Msonda.
Okay.
Or Emmanuel Banda as the assistant.
Rumors are circulating that Benson Sakara. Anyway. Yes, Mr. Rungu.
Wow, with me, I would rather either Patson or Frank, one of the two.
Okay, your predictions now?
For Zambia, we can go for 2-0 or 2-1.
In favor of Zambia?
In favor of Zambia. We are winning this one.
I don't want when you come back next week.
When you are betting, you either 2 or 2. So I'll go for 2-1.
I don't want next week when we come back here, you said
it will be a win, but it will not be a significant margin. Because Lesotho, they play as a team. And most of the players play in South Africa. So they know each other. And you know that the second leg will play it in South Africa. So it will give advantage for Lesotho. And there have been a trouble for us recently. So I'll go for a narrow victory.
Okay. Before I bring in, I've got a lot of messages today. It seems we are going hand in hand with our viewers participating. Yes, Warungu.
Wow. There will be goals. In this game, there will be goals.
But
I see Zambia scoring.
Mr. Barry, help me on this one.
The truth is that there will be goals, but Zambia won't concede. But there will be more than 3 goals. Zambia won't concede. I have seen somewhere, those that are on social media, there is a prophet who has already prophesied that Zambia will lose 4-2. I disagree with that prophecy. I see more than 3 goals, but Zambia won't concede.
This one.
We wait, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Anyway, let's
and the
bring
good
in
part
our
is that
viewers.
the game will be live on SuperSport. So we shall all watch, even those of us that won't travel.
Okay, those of you calling me, we are not picking calls. All right, and quickly, let's bring in the messages. And good afternoon, KBN TV. Is Lamek there? Okay, I believe the answer has been clarified, and in case maybe you just walked out, Lamek Banda is present, and they go ahead to make their own team. We've got a lot of coaches in Lusaka. I don't know where this is sending us from. Tostan Savata in the first, Frankie M. Mwape, Rodwell Kabwe, number 4, Dominic Rally Lubambo, Kangwa, number 8, Daka, number 9, Fashion Sakara, and Lamek Banda, captain. Okay, interesting. Does
he have the maturity? You know, because being the skipper of the team, you need that maturity. You need to be able to carry the team at your shoulder. Does Lamek Banda have that?
All right.
Because with me, if you cannot agree with the two, I'll give you another option. I think Klings Kangwa can do it better. He has proven.
All right. Good afternoon, panelists. How many teams are qualifying in our group, considering that Ivory Coast has already qualified, or there will be a slot for best losers? On the issue of Aime Mabika, both FAS and the minister have failed. DK from Chawama. All right, DK Zikomo Kwambiri Maning. Take note of that one. A very interesting question. Ivory Coast, they are hosting, so as per tradition, they've already qualified. So they want to know, is there going to be a possibility of the best loser in our group? So it's a must-win for tomorrow's game. If not, what will happen if Zambia loses? Charles from PHI. Okay, so this one, another tricky question there. It's a must-win. What happened if Zambia loses? They want to know. Okay, good afternoon, KBN TV. I'm really enjoying the show, and definitely Zambia will beat Lesotho by 3-0 tomorrow. Can't wait for that to happen. Go Zambia, go. All right. Hi. Abafiashi on the chairs. Ganizani Lungu from Chingora, Sorwezi Road. My contributions are go Zambia, go. All right. Someone, okay. For how long will Mabika issue going to end? Someone from Chawama. Right there sending us the message, trying to inquire when this issue is going to end. Is Dhaka and Fashion Sakala there? I want, and what is the big issue about Ngonga not coming to the national team? Another issue that you need to address. What's the big issue? Alex Ngonga not coming to the national team. Good afternoon, KBN TV. This is Dabo from Matero. Is Rubambo Msonda going to feature? Okay, featured in Yeve, it's up to the coach. Yes, but it's there. And depending how he performs in training, the coach will decide whether to play him or not. Good afternoon. Zambia will win tomorrow's match. This is Pensulo from, is it KCM? Okay. Chanda Dennis, where is Kavaso Chongo? Someone is asking, looking for Kavaso Chongo. Hi, this is Kunda Samson. We need more professional players for us to win tomorrow's game. I'm sure I'm conquering what Mr. Lunga was saying. Hey, I'm enjoying the show. We are tired of hearing the same story from the minister. Thank you. Please do include your name and where you are sending that particular text message from. Just 3 last messages for this batch. Good afternoon. Let Mwepu go to Prophet Kandende in Uganda. He's going to heal him. Okay. Jesse in Kawe. Okay. Professional players should easily adapt as Great Kalu used to. At the moment, let us all allow the coach to lead. Otherwise, he may be confused with our lineups. Chisamba, is it Chishimba John from Mansa? Wayo pati wa coach wazasokoneze kama lineup.
How possible is that?
Okay, the last message. Afternoon KBN, I prefer Kapumbu to start rather than Emmanuel Banda. For the captain, I give it to Tostan Savata. Another new face appearing on the list of captains. Let's address the few issues before we move.
The way the table is looking like, currently Ivory Coast, they are leading the table with 4 points. Followed by Zambia with 3 points, who are on the same points with Comoros. The reason why Zambia is on top is because on head-to-head. We beat Comoros in the first game by 2-1. Then we lost to Ivory Coast 2-1. So Ivory Coast drew with Lesotho, new. So that's why they are sitting on 4 points. And then Lesotho has got 1 point at the bottom. So if we lose this game, I come to that question where the only team that in this group there is no best loser. It's only the best one for this group, because Ivory Coast as a host, they have already qualified. So the next person that will come up, either Ivory Coast, irrespective of the position that they will finish, they will still qualify. So Zambia, Comoros, and Lesotho, they are fighting for first position. If the qualification was to end today, Zambia would have qualified because they are sitting better on head-to-head with Comoros.
So the team, in simple terms, the team which will come number 2 from Ivory Coast.
No. Ivory Coast can finish even in last.
Yes.
Okay.
But they will qualify. So now it's up to these 3 teams which are remaining to finish either first
Or second.
or second from Ivory Coast, assuming that Ivory Coast finishes first.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to add on that one, what has happened is that there is no best loser slot for these qualifications. Because if you look at all the groups, there are 2 teams that are supposed to qualify from each group. And if you add, it will give you the actual number of teams that are needed at the AFCON.
Which is 24.
Which is 2024. Meaning that in our group, that's where things are tricky now. Because even if Ivory Coast finishes last, they will still qualify. Meaning that the one who comes second in our group is the one that will qualify with the Ivory Coast. Then if it happens that Ivory Coast finishes on top of the table, then the team that will come second is the one that will qualify with the Ivory Coast. So it is a little bit tricky, and that's the reason why we've been making all these calculations that if we collect 6 maximum points,
we are going to be safe.
We are going to be safe because we'll go to 9 points, assuming that, Comoros doesn't pick 6 maximum points from Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they pick 6 maximum points, they'll go to 9 points. And Zambia will also have 9 points. So tomorrow Zambia is playing against Lesotho, and Comoros will also play against the Ivory Coast. So we'll be watching Zambia and also following through what will be happening there. If tomorrow's game, Ivory Coast Comoros ends in a draw, then we manage to pick maximum points, then we'll be safe. Then we'll be waiting for so if Comoros, let's say Comoros picks 4 points, they beat Ivory Coast and force a draw, then Zambia picks 6 maximum points, then the only a point that we need from the remaining 2 matches will be a draw, and which is a 1 point. And the good part is that we'll be going to finish with Comoros after we have already played Ivory Coast. So the best is, let's collect maximum points tomorrow, 23rd, and Tuesday, is it Tuesday or Monday? Tuesday, 26th. When we do that,
we have stand a chance to qualify.
We have 9 points. Then we come here, meet Ivory Coast. Let's assume we beat them. That will be an automatic qualification. If we collect a point, again, that will put us in a very good position. The only problem,
mathematics.
Yes, the only problem that we have of late is that we've been conceding too much. We need to lock our defense. If you look at the number of goals that we have scored scored about 3 goals.
Yes.
And we have allowed 4. So already we are sitting on
that one, Mr. Runga, I won't allow you to go there. We've got a new coach who has barely played a game.
He's already finding a -1. Yes, he's a new coach, but
he's going to watch the videos, and I'm sure they are going to help him. Is that
and Lesotho doesn't have a negative. It's also important to know that Lesotho doesn't have a negative. Zambia, despite us sitting on the 2nd position, we have a negative. What is putting us on a 2nd position is because of head-to-head. We managed to beat Comoros, and we are yet to meet Comoros. So in an event that Comoros equalizes that loss they suffered here, that will be better for them because they'll stand better than Zambia. So we are in a trick position.
Okay, interesting. Some other issues that our viewers want addressed is the issues of
captain.
Yes, the captains, and also the issue of someone asked a very serious question: what's the problem of Alex Ngonga? Yes, Bazo not appearing at the national team. You're an agent, you should understand these matters better.
Okay, for him, even if he was picked, because of the issue of the ban that he's facing, from the Fuzzy side, is still facing that 4 months ban.
Does it apply to the national team, or maybe
to the national team? They will look. It has dented his image.
Okay.
In terms of being called, if your employer, in short, the one who supervises, because Fuzzy is more like Laz. A lawyer
it's a motherboard.
It's a motherboard. So if they discipline you for indiscipline, and then even if you went to outside Zambia and you started playing, to them they will still look at you as an indisciplined player. So on that aspect, I know there were fans that were pushing for that, but unfortunately he wasn't picked. And even if he was picked, I think Faz wouldn't allow that he plays because of those disciplinary issues.
And even if he was picked, I don't think he was going to report, because remember that he was also named in the other squad and he didn't report. The reasons were simple. He featured for a game and he missed a sitter. You know, that miss made soccer fans to attack his family. And from the information I have, they had a meeting with the mother, and the mother told him not to play for the national team. You know, sometimes the fans become so emotional to an extent that they would want to ban your parents. And no parent would allow that.
Okay. All right. In the interest of time, let's quickly change the gears and cross over the oceans and see what has been happening. We are going to take a brief tour in the European leagues, and to kickstart, Mr. Barry, you are vested with the EPL. We've entered an international break, and right about now we are going to have a lot of fixtures in the the Euro qualifiers. A lot of nations now, most of the players are released back to their national team. So let's start from there. How did it end? How is this break going to affect things coming into the second round after this international break? Are we going to see certain teams pull up, or certain teams probably things will just get worse?
From history, what has been happening mostly after the international break, you see that some of the teams that were performing better, usually they have a slump in terms of game fitness, especially for those that were coming from the national team. Because most of the players, I think, from Arsenal, some haven't featured for the national teams. So for them, it's an advantage. And I can give it to Arsenal for them to win the league, even if Godwin will not support me.
No, I'll support.
He's supporting today. I don't know what has happened.
Yeah. So for them, they have, I think, Thomas Partey and they have gone for the national team. So for them, they will have enough time to rest and re-energize. For these other teams like Man City, most of the players are there, but Haaland is not featuring for Norway. Morocco, you know, they have got Mahrez. There is De Bruyne, who, even if he goes to Belgium for the Euro qualifiers, so for them, I think they will have that. And you know, Man City has then been changing the line in the first 11 for quite almost 7 games. They have been using the same substitutes. They have been using the same, and those are the threat to Arsenal. So I think for them, they will be affected because their talisman is not. I don't know. There's no communication whether it's because of a serious injury why he hasn't been featured for Norway. So for them, there's a concern for the number 9, and they don't have a natural number 9 except for Haaland. I think for me, those are the two that are showing threat. For Man U, it's here and there. They can finish in the top 4, but they can't win the league.
Be careful what you say about Man U.
They have 2 games in hand, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, and they can reduce the gap.
I would like to get your view also on the issue Crystal Palace, and also the issue of Tottenham. You know, there's been this debate, obviously. After this break, they are not going to retain Antonio Conte. But for Crystal Palace, they've let go of the young man and replaced him with the old man. Just the calculations there.
Yeah, for him, Roy Hodgson is coming in to finish the season. He's coming on a short term. Okay. But there's information that he was released based on racism. Patrick Vieira, because they were performing better. They were sitting on number 12 in the EPL. Yes. And if you look at Crystal Palace, that is the best position for them, because they play to survive. They don't finish in the top 6 or top 8.
I like that one. They play to survive.
They play to survive. Yes. So every season they fight for relegation. Either they'll finish on number 16 or even finish on number 17 or even better. So for them, it has to do with racism and the way they were performing better, not that they were losing. And you remember, for Crystal Palace, Zaha has not been performing for the past 4 to 5 games, and that's their key person. But he managed to finish them in on the 12th position, which is, I don't know the reason why they fired him, and bring back someone who retired. You know, when you retire, you switch off your mind.
No, like according to the statement, it was written, Patrick Vieira has left his position.
The issue is he has been terminated the contract.
Okay.
Not that he left on his own, but he has been terminated. For the issue of Antonio Conte, I was reading today, the information which I got is that they are still discussing, the board are still negotiating whether they will be able to renew his contract. What is there for his contract is ending at the end of the season. Okay. So for him, he can walk away and he can come back either two. But they're trying to make a decision based on what he said. But if they will fire him based on what he said, I think they will be unfair to the coach. But I know they are trying to find a way that they can solve this issue. But from information is that he's not renewing next year.
And it's getting a lot of support from veteran players that have played for Tottenham Hotspurs, and they are saying they are where they wanted to be, and including some of the players who are in his first 11, they are saying they should keep him much longer because he is the man at the moment who is able to do that job. At the moment, the market, they've run out of coaches, to be honest with you.
There's this Danny there, there's Pochettino, there's Tuchel, and Tuchel is linked to Real Madrid because there's a rumor that Ancelotti, by the end of the season, he might go to Brazil national team. And some players like Casemiro, they have confirmed that there's a possibility. Not that he's coming, there is a possibility, which is 50-50. So you can see that Tuchel is linked with Raul Gonzalez and also with Zidane for replacement Carlo Ancelotti. Because you know we are not yet dealing with La Liga, but what is there is that for Conte, if they lose that man, I think it will be unfair for the coach because he has lost the dressing room so far. The players, they spoke that what he spoke was true, but he crossed the line because of the strong words that he used against them. So to them, indirectly, it shows that he has lost the dressing room. They will not play for him unless if they change. But for me, let them change at the end of the season. Because Tottenham finishing in the top 4, it's a gamble. Maybe they'll finish in the Europa League slot, which is number 6.
All right. But 12 points. Kampanko and Manj. Let's close to La Liga. I know you can't wait to say 12 points.
Yeah, 12 points. We have opened 12 points lead. You know, I don't watch matches that start after 21. On a Sunday.
You have to for the sake of the people.
But because of that important fixture involving, you know, Barcelona and Real Madrid, and I knew the importance of that game, I had to watch. But again, I was getting frustrated as time goes by because Barcelona scored a winning goal after 90 minutes. It was in the added time that, you know, that second goal came. And after celebrating, they played the few minutes and, you know, the final whistle came up. For me, what I'll say is that, you know, if you look at La Liga, it's a done deal now. There is no way Real Madrid is going to win 4 games and expect that, you know, Barcelona loses the 4 games so that they catch up. It is not possible. I think for La Liga, it is settled. Now we just have to wait what is going to happen in the EPL as well as in the Zambian League, because we said last week, I was saying what is happening in Spain is what was happening in England and what was happening in Zambia. So now Spanish La Liga is way ahead of us now. That one is a done deal. So what has remained now is the EPL and the Super League.
Okay, just some few messages as we are winding up under 5 minutes. I don't know how you are going to react because there are just a lot of concerns here if I look at them. Okay, Mr. Barry, this one is for you. The issue with Moses Piri, everyone knows that he has been ticking where he is, but he's nowhere to be seen near the national team.
With Moses Piri, there were issues of payments of money. The last time that he featured for the team, he wasn't paid his allowance. So there were issues with the agent where he spoke. But for him, he said that the representative of Moses Piri, they said that they don't care whether they don't pay them, but the player's interest comes first. Okay. So there are those issues that even if they call him, behind the scene, they will say that even if we call this person, he was not going to come. So there are those things about loyalty. The player, where is he loyal to the national team? I think for him, he's a good player, especially that we need to have competition for Patson. If we rely a lot on Patson, he will grow big-headed and he will not put in much effort. But if there's someone like Moses Piri, for me, who is giving him that pressure, that if he doesn't play, Moses Piri will come in as a start. So for him, we've made it easy for Patson. So it's good for competition is good for the team.
Interesting. Is Kennedy not enough?
Kennedy Msonda is debuting.
Okay.
So
obviously,
debutant, it's a 50-50.
Yes.
And he's playing for a lower league compared to Patson. So they will prefer, and you know the comments that the coach spoke about Patson, that even if he's not scoring, he saw him. Yeah, he saw him in the training, and he played better than other leagues.
Okay.
Now, so what of Moses? You know, maybe to differ a bit. If you look at Kennedy Msonda may be debuting, but of course, when he was with the Green Eagles, this is the guy that scored goals for Green Eagles, making Green Eagles to go and play continental football, though they couldn't reach the group stage. They released him. He went to Power Dynamos. Whatever he has done for Power Dynamos is there for everyone to see. He has gone to Tanzania, and whatever he's doing in Tanzania is there for everyone to see. So he may be coming as a debutant, but this is a player that has grown over time. He has been there, and he will give enough competition to to Patson Daka. Though for Moses Piri, as he has said, it's a tricky thing, but loyalty should come first. I know we are behind time, but certain information.
There is a very interesting question.
Certain information is very important. There was a time we had a player in the national team. At the club, he played very well. Then when he came to the national team, he was thinking about either he was going to be paid or he was not going to be paid instead of playing, the ball. Then when he was asked off the mic, he said, nezoganiza tibanganichite then kuja kwa mene matengera ko ndalama then narekotea. We cannot have players with such mentality in the national team. We need people that are ready to die for the nation.
All right. I was going to give you a chance to answer this question, but I'll answer it my way. Someone is asking, what about if Zambia finishes third? All right.
We'll be out.
Will be out. Simple as that. Right, on that note, gentlemen, I'd like to thank you so much for coming through. It has been a wonderful show. I'm sure you've enjoyed yourself, and 12 points, smiling. Buddy, you didn't mention which team do you support in England?
Real Madrid. For La Liga, I support Real Madrid. For EPL, I support Chelsea.
All right, we are together.
Wow.
You will keep coming on this show just because you are a Chelsea supporter. Okay, so on that note, we come to the end of today's edition. Thank you so much to everyone that has sent us messages today. I've been overwhelmed with a number of messages. Right now, as I speak, they are still coming. But however, in the interest of time, we have to end here. And I wish all the best to the Copa Bullets as they take on Lesotho tomorrow, 18 hours Zambian time. On my behalf of my director, Dre Miracles, and the rest of the KBN TV crew, it's a lovely afternoon. Until next week, same time, same place.